So this question looks like it's going to be a diagram question. I call any question that provides a visual, I call it a diagram question. So let's read this question, see what it says, see if there's anything we can label on this diagram. So the question says the lengths of the two legs of right triangle ABC shown below are given in inches. So we see that, right? We see 24, we see 32. The midpoint of AB is how many inches from A? Well, the midpoint is roughly here. Don't know exactly where that is. But if I can figure out the length of AB, then I would know, right? Like the length from the midpoint to A is just half of that entire length. Now, good thing I remember that anytime I see right triangles on this test, there are very few things that I can do with right triangles on this test, especially right triangles that don't provide any angle measurements. So what I'm going to do here is the most common thing that we can do with right triangles, which is called the Pythagorean theorem. So hopefully you recall that the Pythagorean theorem just says if you have a right triangle with sides A, B, and C, right? It's important that C is always the hypotenuse, the longer side. Then the statement A squared plus B squared equals C squared is a true statement. So I'm going to just use that. I'm going to call this C, right? And I'm going to say, well, that means that 32 squared plus 24 squared is equal to C squared. I'm going to go to my calculator, and I'm just going to solve this out. So 32 squared is equal to 1,024. And 24 squared is equal to 576. And then when I add those two numbers together, so 1,024 plus 576, I get 1,600. So 1,600 equals C squared. Now to find the value of C, I need to square root both sides here. So the square root of 1,600 is 40. So 40 is equal to C. And therefore, right, this entire, and I'll just erase this C for now, this entire length is 40, which means if I were to have a point halfway through, that the length from the end point to the halfway point must be 20. And therefore, the correct answer here is choice B.